Hello and welcome to the Sunbirdcrochet Podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from Germany. Hello friends, I hope that you are enjoying a lovely weekend or week, depending when you're going to see this. Today is Sunday, the 13th of July. Time is passing quickly these days. I've been busy with work. It has been quite a few hectic weeks now, even though I only recently came back from my holidays at the North Sea. But I feel like that has been ages ago, as always. So today I have for you one finished object and two works in progress and one oldie but goldie. Where would you like to start? Let's start with works in progress. I can't remember if I have shown this to you already. I am busy making these squares. This is a new pattern or new to me pattern by Sandra Paul, who's Cherry Hearts. And I have made one of these using Stylecraft Special DK and a 4mm hook. And I have now started with a production line of sorts. I'm making these, or I made this in the middle, and now I am making these. And once I've done those, or I've done all those last night, actually I just remembered, I am now adding another round of petals, and then it's going to be yet another round of petals here in a paler pink, and then in this mushroom color the border, and then I will have to join this. And I think I might, here's what I will do. A blanket with only this pattern design is very retro and lovely, but I would like a more subdued version of this. So what I will do is that I will use the mushroom color to make either a plain granny square or one of these from a Nature's Walk blanket, one of those in the mushroom color, and then I will add these in between so that the flowers are a little bit spaced out, and that's my plan at the moment. So this is how far I've got with this nice little retro vibe blanket. That's my work in progress number one. And the other work in progress is something you've seen in my latest series of tutorials, which is how to use a knitting chart to actually crochet a colorwork sweater or cardigan. But we are keeping it simple. We're not splitting anything. We are doing a sweater at the moment. And this is how far I've come. We've started with enough chains to fit over my head, and then we are increasing steadily, and now we are at the point of the shoulders where we are going to continue a little bit of increasing still, so that once we lift the arms it won't lift the whole sweater, but also not too much. This has to lie flat on a surface so that it's ideal for being a yoke. Once we've done the yoke, we're going to split for the sleeves, and anytime I fancy it, I will add another ribbing here. Haven't made up my mind yet if I will do a knitting ribbing or if I might do a crocheted ribbing, or in fact if I might do either a knit or a crochet I-cord just around here in any of these colors. As I said, haven't made up my mind yet. I'm loosely following a knitting pattern which is free, and it's called this. Yeah, but this takes time. I have at least 2 parts already uploaded talking about this project. You can see that it's lifting a little bit here, so I will have to increase a little bit in the next row. I'm using leftover yarn, working my way through stash, and it's my second work in progress. For this project I am using glasses. I think it's a 3.5 millimeter hook. That's what I'm using. So that's my work in progress. I hope you're enjoying the series, even though you have to wait for a long time for the next part, because I am showing it to you as I go, so to say. Now, next, let's talk about finished object. There's just one, and it used to live in my Dachshund project bag. It's a shawl, it's another Treasure Island shawl. I was using these 2 yarns held together. This one here is Landhaus Citron. That's the ball band. I've bought this on the island of Borkum. It's a commercial yarn, 80% wool, merino extra fine, superwash, 20% polyamide, and 50 grams equals 200 meters. And the other ball of yarn here is a mohair. That's Lang Yarns Lace Mohair Super Kit Silk. That's so small that I can hardly see, but I think it says 58% mohair super kit mohair and 42% silk. So that's what it is, and it has a lovely halo. It's really very, very thin, and you get 25 grams equals about 310 meters. So I had bought 2 balls of this and 3 balls of this, and this is what I have left over from a Treasure Island shawl. And the Treasure Island shawl is a pattern by Hannah Sigmund, who is Cozy Cottage Crochet. Changed the size a little bit. I've made it a little bit smaller than the pattern says. This is what it looks like. And I've also added a little border down here, which is more or less the same pattern as here in the middle, in the center. So I will be wearing this very soft and lovely shawl this autumn. I love this color. Yeah, there's nothing I don't love about this. It's a super pattern, it's super easy, and it takes your mind off other things, and you can just relax and enjoy your project and the feel of the wool and everything. It's really beautiful. This might be my 1, 2, 3, 4th. I think it's the 4th. 1, 2. Yeah, I think it's the 4th Treasure Island shawl I've made so far, and certainly not the last one. Look at this halo. Yeah, so that's one finished object. I've used a 4mm hook for this one. And Hannah has very reasonably priced patterns. You can't go wrong with Hannah's patterns. She is very meticulous in her designs, and I've made many of her projects, and I had been test crocheting for her in the past. I don't do test crochets these days, or at least not that often. I just don't have the time. But I always admired that she gave me the test pattern and it was almost perfect. Maybe I found a little tiny thing which I would have added or something, but not like I'm not shaming. I don't want to shame others, but Hannah has given me a test pattern which hardly needed editing. It felt like she had spent a lot of time to get everything right, whereas others just write their test patterns like they have it in their head, and you take your notes and you know exactly what you mean, but others might not know because there are some unsaid details in your mind, but you haven't given them to the test crocheter. So yeah, this was a very lovely make, and highly recommend Hannah's patterns. Also, she's going through a little bit of a tough time at the moment. I saw today life can be challenging for the best of us, so maybe you would like to hop over to her channel. You probably already are a subscriber, but give her some love. She's for Cozy Cottage Crochet. There you go. So today's Sunday. She's a pester, by the way, so she's probably busy spreading love. And sometimes those who spread the most love receive the least, because everyone thinks it's just like they're so full of love that they don't need more. But I think that can be quite the opposite. You are sometimes overlooked, and doesn't hurt to give some love. Yeah, soppy. Let's move on to oldie but goldie. And do I have a whopper for you? Back in the days when I started making crochet colorwork sweaters, I started with actually crochet colorwork sweaters who were intended to be those. And I did the Taroko sweaters. I did the Taroko sweater a couple of times, and then I wanted to move on to other motifs. And back then, or at least my feeling was, there hadn't been so many crochet colorwork patterns for garments. So I saw all of these wonderful designs by Boyland Knitworks, the Salt Dotna sweater, there are so many. One of them was the Birkin sweater, named after Jane Birkin, the British actress who got together with a French actor who was much older than her, and they stirred quite a scandal in the 1970s. But that put aside, that Birkin sweater was a beautiful design, very flowery and bohemian, and I really liked that. And I made a sweater out of it. This is what it looked like, and you can already see in my tutorial about the crochet sweater project, I'm talking about that you have to choose a knit chart for your crochet colorwork project. A knit chart which isn't too deep or long, however you want to call it. The pattern can't go on and on and on, because at some stage you have to split for the sleeves, and the moment comes quicker when you're crocheting that compared to knitting, at least in my experience. So what I wound up with was a beautiful Birkin sweater in crochet, but I never wore it because the splitting of the sleeves was so deep down that it felt like a straight vest, straight jacket. And it was quite a pity because I really, really loved that sweater. And I am currently destashing my whole household in preparation for something else, which I will talk about in a moment. So I came across this sweater and I thought I would put it aside, not ready yet to decide what to do with it. And then my mother came and she said, she actually asked me, what are you going to do with a sweater? It's so beautiful. And I said, I don't know. And she asked me if she could borrow it for a trip to Denmark. And I said, yeah, sure, of course. But does it actually fit you? So she put it on and it was more like a tent on her. So I suggested that I would alternate the yoke a little bit where the ribbing is. And that's what I did. Basically, I did some surgeon's work on the sweater. And this is how it looks like right now. So as you can see, I cut off the top. Before I cut the sweater yoke, I made a line of single crochet, surface single crochet, so that I would pick up every single stitch around here at the height of the same row. Then I obviously did the ribbing, which was 5 double crochets, US terms, 5 half double crochets, 5 single crochets, back and forth in the back loop, and I calculated 3 stitches for the height of the double crochet. So I would do the 15 to start. I would do the 15 stitches, and then I would work 5 single crochets, 5 half double crochets, 5 double crochets into them. Then I would skip 3 stitches, I would slip stitch into the next 3 stitches, then I would turn the sweater and I would work into the back loop of my stitches to make 5 double crochets, 5 half double crochets, and 5 single crochets in the back loop. Except that the last single crochet I always did through the hole for both loops so that it would have more sturdiness at the edge. So that gave me this lovely shaped ribbing. Let me put this on for you. Now, as you can see, it ends up much higher and it has a lovely fit to the neck. And I can actually wear this. Okay, it's puckering a little bit here because I picked up quite a lot of stitches, and that's not bothering me really. It's a little bit like a ruffled colorwork sweater, so to say, and I really love it. I might get it to flare a little bit less once I've worn it for a while, and maybe I will block it a little bit more, but I doubt that I can actually make this go away completely. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't matter. I can wear this now. You can see that it's still quite a little bit, I still have some space until I reach my armpit, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I'm happy with the sweater and I can wear it now, and I will. I will insert here a little video of me wearing it so that you can see it in its full glory. Now that's all the crochet content which I can talk about this time with you. Let's chat a little bit about what's going on in my life if you want. If not, then I will talk to you next time about crochet and maybe some knitting. I've still got my Vertices Unite shawl on the needles, my only knitting project at the moment, but that has stalled because I'm so slow with knitting and I'm all for instant gratification. So you might see some of it next time, or maybe something completely different. Who knows? And for those who are here for a little bit of a chat and what's going on in my life, let me tell you that not much. Lots of work. I had to organize some events and that took most of my time. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much about work because that's work and we're here for fun and that's my free time and I'm my own private person and I don't want to talk about anything outside of my private crafty thing. Even though I have one thing to say which made me chuckle. I fell into this social media trap of going through videos and posts and forgetting time, and then I saw a comedian talking about age. Women who don't bother anymore, who don't care anymore, because they are over 50 and time is too precious to care about stupid things. And then another comedian who talked about if you're a woman and you are in your 20s, the whole world is your oyster and you're driving along the road metaphorically and you get all the exits, you get exits left, right and center, every possibility is open to you. And then once you hit 30, it's like a bump in the road, and then you see, okay, get your child now, get a child later, adopt a child, and so on and on. Don't have a child at all. And these things. And once you hit 40, the options are less and less. And indeed, once you're 50, and this is not from a comedian, but that's my thought. Once you're 50, there's nothing along the road for ages. And you're driving along and you start worrying about, should I have put some more petrol in the car before I ran out of gas? And then maybe someone along the road stops you and asks for a ride, and you might let them in if they ask nicely, but they do have to pull at the door and shove a little bit because that door has stopped working in 1998. So metaphorically, I don't know where this is going, but it tickled my brain today. Yeah, maybe you are scratching your head and you're thinking, what is she on about? So let's talk about cats, indeed, because I'm over 50 for a while now, and I'm currently thinking about getting a cat. The lovely neighbor's cat who came to visit us for 20 years, he passed away in March already, and since then we were thinking about letting another cat into our life, but it wouldn't be the same cat. it wouldn't be Tia. And yeah, and I thought 2 weeks ago, I thought I would have seen a cat in the animal shelter, but he was snapped up by someone else quickly. It was a ginger Maine Coon mix, and he was really cute, and he had been abandoned, but he lost trust, but he was warming up, and yeah, we almost took him home, but we were too late, just one moment too late. So now I have seen a British short hair cat in a mushroom beige color. Not that looks are important, but she was found last week and no one claimed her, and now she is on offer in another local animal shelter in the area, and I wondered if I should give her a new home. This would be a cat just for the flat, possibly, although I think maybe if this is a female cat, so if she wouldn't mind wearing one of those security vests with a leash, then we might go into the garden. But that's whatever. You see, I don't know what to do. Maybe today I will go to my local animal shelter. Every Sunday they are baking waffles for visitors, and visitors can leave a donation for the animal shelter and they can go and have a look at the animals. So maybe that's what I will do today. Yeah. Maybe there will be a new member of a household soon. Maybe it will take me still quite a lot of time, because I do have to prepare my flat. I have to secure the balcony with a net or a cage, I don't know yet, probably a net. And there are other things. That's a reason why I'm sorting out my flat, because I have to make it cat friendly, so that the cat doesn't push down all my porcelain. Like, what's this up there? It's a lovely, back there, everything. This plant, I can't leave this plant there because the cat would bite on it and chew it and probably cut the tongue and the mouth. So this has to go. This has to go. This has to go. This probably is not a good idea. Yeah. So that's my current state of mind. And on top of that, I realized today that I'm over 50 and I have enough of doing my utmost to respect others and in return not getting any respect, especially not from certain I don't even know if I should talk about this here. Probably not. Actually, I would like to have a cat which has a bit of a brain and which is clever enough to be careful out there, not getting run over by a car. I would prefer to have a cat which goes outside and enjoys what life has to offer. But we will see. Everything else is fine, so to say. Could be worse, could be better, but I take what I get. That's also part of being 50. And yeah, tell me what you're working on. Tell me what you're sick and tired of if you're over 50. And I will see you next time. Keep well, keep safe. Bye-bye. Man. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. You know what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.